everybody? Welcome back to another episode of CoinLogic TV, where we are looking logically at crypto assets. Today we have an audio-only show for you today. We have what was supposed to be a Twitter Spaces, but I'm blaming Twitter at this point, having some technical difficulties. It is what it is, so we switched over and we're doing an audio recording to broadcast to you guys. I am here with the founder of Beatzchain, which is one of the latest music front ends on the Hive blockchain. So we're going to be talking music on the blockchain, NFTs, the social aspect behind all of this, tokens and more. So what's going on with you, Polar? How you doing today?
I'm doing all right, man. Apart from a few little vehicle troubles, but whatever. We get past all that.
Yeah,
But
I hear
besides
you,
that, it's
man.
been a good day. It's been a decent day.
I hear you,
Uh,
man. But that's all right. We're gonna make it a better day, man. Vehicle troubles is definitely something that I know a lot about living in
well,
this
better
day and
night
life.
almost for me. Yeah.
But yeah, man. So talk about a little bit of your history in music and what brought you to the blockchain.
Well, uh, well, to begin, I've been doing music for well over for about 15 years now. You know,
Right on.
I did originally go into band class, and first I remember being in school and trying to start to enjoy like rap music or any other types of music, and got into wanting to do like piano and play the keyboard and also like write lyrics and stuff like that
Yeah,
too.
there you go.
And I've grown myself to be a very good musician myself. And you know I've had a few songs that I've brought out and everything, and I've
Right on.
mostly been making beats. I've mostly been like primarily been a music producer, and I've always enjoyed making hip hop beats and stuff. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
And
yeah.
it's always been a great passion for me.
Yeah, I'm a producer myself. What program do you use mainly? What's your favorite DAW?
I'd have to say FL, man. I mean, even just to keep it original, FL is great, and you can always get more updates with that, and it's always been a great thing for me. I'm not knocking off any other type of DAW. I've also used Cubase a little bit,
Yeah, right on.
and it's been they've been pretty good too, for a DAW, and I've also used Logic. Is it
Yeah,
called?
that's
I
my
don't know if it's
program.
fancy. Yeah, I think it is called Logic.
Logic Pro on the Mac. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's my thing. That's what I'm actually certified in through Apple. My former tax slave owner.
Uh,
Yeah. So,
oh,
yeah, I worked
so
for Apple up until 2 years ago. So that was where I
man,
got
this is
in.
awesome, dude. To talk to one of the big dogs in this, huh?
Yeah, man. So yeah, Logic's my program. I've worked with Ableton, Cubase, a lot of that. I started off with Fruity Loops though, way back in the day. That was actually my first little program I started messing with, and then I found Ableton, and oh man, that was a game changer for me because I'm in the electronic.
Oh yeah,
Um,
Ableton. I thought about getting Ableton 511.
yeah, man, it was great for live performances and that kind of thing. So that was where I started setting it up and started using it and got into the whole production and live production side of things. And then when I got to work with Apple was when I fell down the rabbit hole of Logic Pro and never looked back since.
I
So
hear
you're
you.
mainly into hip hop and that kind of stuff. So you say you're mainly into beats and everything, but you do lyrics and stuff as well.
Yes. And like I'm always willing to branch out from hip hop to maybe even put a little bit of different types of genres within it. I'd
Yeah.
really like to do kind of like a even like a rock star, or even like a Colt Ford, like you listen to country or a country rap, like a Colt
No,
Ford
man.
type.
If I listen to country, man, I'm going old school. Like I'm going real country.
You can't beat that, man. You really can't.
I'm
Even
from
I can say
Alabama,
that.
man. I gotta, I gotta do it. I gotta go Hank and Charlie Daniels and Johnny Cash. Like that's country to me. So
There's this musician, and he's kind of been like a influence. I've never really made any country beats or country type hip hop,
yeah,
but I've
yeah,
always loved to listen to Colt Ford. Colt Ford is an awesome rapper slash country music artist. But
yeah.
anyhow,
There's a lot of that going on.
I'm
There's a
always
lot of that
welcome to that.
fusion that's going on.
Yeah, yeah.
It's kind of hard to draw lines anymore. But hey, that's cool. That's the way music progresses.
Hey, man, it's all like music, man. It's always it's about like making that type of no matter what style it is, it's all about having that that deep that those deep lyrics and the good music texture and just having a great sound,
Yeah,
so
man. Yeah, and it takes a lot of work to get there, and like the what I'm coming from, more the traditional side of things. Like, you sound like I know where you're at. I mean, you sound like you're from the South, United States, so you know that's called the Bible Belt, and we have these mega churches. And that's where I got my start in sound and lights and all that kind of stuff, and was setting up for some of these just monstrosities of churches, that have bigger sound stages and bigger mixing boards and stuff than most concert venues that I've worked. And so that's where I got my start, was working for those guys, and then that just took me down the rabbit hole and became a roadie, got into the whole rock, traveling with a bunch of rock stars, and that got nuts, and became a DJ and lived that whole life myself. So yeah, I feel you, man. It's a long, you can go all kind of different ways with it.
exactly.
But what brought you into the whole blockchain side of things?
Well, about the blockchain, I've been known about like I've really got into it like about like 2018.
Yeah,
I finally found out what Bitcoin was in 2017 when they had the price go up, and I seen it on the news one day. I was like
yeah.
this Bitcoin and everything, and I ain't gonna lie, man. I was kind of more of a amateur back then. I was like, oh shit, man, Bitcoin went to like $20,000. Oh crap, man, I need to get some of this. But I then got into and then with looking at this, I was actually trying to find like some ways to like make money. I wasn't like working or having any type of money come in at the time, and I seen something like with music, like how do I make money off my music, and there was actually a video that talked about Steam it, and like
Ah,
you know
there.
what Steam it is. Steam
Oh
it,
yeah, that's where I got my start in the. Oh yeah.
Steam it, and so I was like, man, I'm gonna get a Steam account. I wound up finding Peace Abundance Liberty, and they just said go on Discord and stuff like that. And I remember different places like also Well Shares. I believe Well Shares is still around. And then for a while I was on that. I was doing a lot of posting. I actually did a lot of good little bit of dedication on Steemit as well. I was uh, trying to make posts and stuff like that. And I remember one time I remember when I made my first like $20 off of Steam, and I was like, holy crap, man! Like I've never made this much money off of music, and
I know, right?
like this
It's
this
really
is great.
funny when you work hard and you pay all this money to release music to all these mainstream platforms, and you never get anything off these streams or anything like that. But yeah, you start posting to Steam, what was Steam it now, Hive and everything else, and all of a sudden your videos are monetized and you're making more money than you ever did off the mainstream platforms, and you're like, what am I doing?
Well, Steemit and Hive. Hive was forked from Steemit.
Oh yeah,
The
oh yeah.
Steemit is still around, and
I was a part of all that. Yep.
yep, yep, and I remember a lot of awesome people. I still remember Krim from PAL, Rondon, a couple other people. I also knew a dude named Dookie Brownflow. I don't know whatever happened to that guy, but he was pretty good too. And there was a couple other artists out there, and a few other projects and stuff like that. I just didn't even have any. I really didn't have no type of prior knowledge back then. I was like, it's just cool, and like Even when I actually traded out my first little bit of Steam, which I'm kind of uh it was like like I don't know, $50 or something. Like I was like, wow. I mean, it's a quite a comparison of things that I've dealt with like in the past with music, from the where like, okay, like I'm mastering my music, I'm making my music, I'm putting it onto a beat in this one song, and I've had like thousands of listeners, and I haven't even struck a dollar from these thousands of listeners and everything. And when I look at that, I don't look at it like I could have made more money. It's like there's a problem with the system a little bit,
Oh,
and
exactly.
so that's what that's one of the things that brought me the influence to start Beatzchain, which Beatzchain is pretty much like any other tribe. It's forked off from Hive blockchain, and however they've regenerated coding. I'm not exactly the professional tech on that one, like you are, but that there was that's what the idea came from to me with Beach Chain.
Yeah.
So, and
They,
like I was with Hive too. I remember I think I stepped off from steaming from WoW, and I started realizing that Justin Sun bought steaming, and then he came, and then they started oh, that's right, I'm sorry, kind of had a little freeze there. uh they started like going out from, a lot of people started leaving out from steaming, and they were pushing out Hive, you
yeah.
know Agarrett, Fort Hive with Eon Warped, and those guys I believe worked with Steam from the beginning too. So they were, we're gonna start our own thing, and I was
Well,
like,
they
cool,
they
man, like
started
that's
the
that's
Hive.
pretty
They started the Hive engine, so
yeah,
they do the second layer
yeah,
stuff. Yeah.
yeah. And so from there, I was on Hive for a while. I've done some postings. I've gotten to know a few other artists on Hive, and it's always been pretty cool, and to see such great people, man. They really got out of like maybe some of the shitty people that they got on the blockchain. There's mostly like the cool people really outbeats them, you
Oh
know.
yeah, for sure. I
And
find it to be kind of a home kind of situation for me. So what do you guys did you guys go through the whole Hive engine stuff to get your site set up, or are you hosting that yourself kind of situation?
yes, I did. See, last year I uh I was already thinking about it, like literally over a year ago. Like Beach Chain, I started the community. I even got the I started with the Hive community Beach Chain. I've got my I did logo. I've been through like three logos already, but
Yeah.
I did that, and started like promoting like the plans that we had going forward with Beach Chain by like from last year. And then by the time summertime came around, I decided, like, you know what, man, it's about time. And so I went and invested into like the bead to start to start up the beach chain, the beach chain tribe, which they call it,
Yeah.
to get the front and the back end on there. So I was like, okay, I've got the front and a little back end here now. At first I was like, I've definitely had plans to, like, upgrade the front and the back end on it more to make it more efficient, and
Yeah.
add a few little extra things. But the main thing was to, like, have it to where, like, artists can come and they can get more worth out of their music. But I seen it more than just being like a blog site, like what Hive and Steam are doing, like more like kind of like what audio NFT sound was like,
Yeah.
but maybe in a different texture and stuff.
Right on.
And then we would somehow be able to have like these curations to be able to work for like each artist who 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 puts their songs onto the network, onto the platform. And so, we're still in the works of that. I have a one uh little development that we are actually in the middle of the works on. It's just the part of where how we could attach it to, to anything to it. So,
Yeah.
you know, there's it's still a lot to it, man. But it's like, hey, it's I've gone this far, so I've said, I can't turn back.
Can't turn back. I hear you on that one. That's kind of the way I am with a lot of these projects, and you know. But so what are some future plans for Beatzchain and for the Beats CZ token?
All right, for Beach Chain, one of the future plans uh is to have like a more audio interface. Like you just don't have to like have a blog. You could just insert your audio, we play your audio, and then somehow, some way we could probably add that, with other interfaces, so Hive can see us too. And we also have plans to branch out from Hive as well as other places like Blurt, Binance, Hope, Ethereum, and you know, many others. Just to be like a pronoun, to be a profound token for BCZ to be
Yeah,
like known to the public,
open
and
you up
like
to
you know,
different markets,
yeah.
and that gives you into that gets you into some like DeFi stuff, that kind of thing as well.
well, the supply is it could definitely work with like the whole entire like ecosystem, compared to how it can work with Hive, and like people can stake BCZ, they can earn their interest and everything. And another thing that I've done was like, man, like even a little guy could probably try to benefit it, because we're trying to just you know people have like how like Bitcoin is like proof of work too. So it's like it's POS, and like we have like somehow I really want it to be like where it can be like proof of work as well, like where you you make a song, it's a great song, people like it so much, like, yes, you've earned it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's the
Type
proof
thing.
of
And
brain.
still,
It's the proof of brain concept. The POB
yeah,
kind of thing. So yeah, that's what I like about that is that with Bitcoin you've got the whole proof of work, which means you gotta have really expensive computers, put those to work, and all that kind of stuff, pay for power. Proof of stake is you just have to have a bunch of money, stake up your tokens, and earn that kind of thing. But with what I like about Hive and the different communities around Hive and Steam and Blurt and all those kind of things is you just have to have your brain and you have to have just ideas and skills and just the willingness to put it out there. So what
for sure.
one thing that is going on is that like my project with Blocktunes, I am working on Binance Smart Chain. So when you guys are able to bridge your token over to the Binance Smart Chain side, we might figure out a way to work with it, kind of thing. But we are actually sending our posts from our site. So if a registered artist has a Hive account, they come sign up with Blocktunes, they're going to be able to actually post, and it's going to be showing up on BeatCZ. So that's going to be a little bonus for everybody out
That's
there. So we're
awesome.
partnering up with Beatzchain here. So we're going to try to help promote them as being the premier music front end for the Hive blockchain. Trying to be our tie-in with Hive, because Blocktunes is mainly built on Binance Smart Chain. Um, so yeah, do you guys? So where do you see like the future of music and blockchain? Are you getting into the whole music NFT craze that's going on?
The music NFT craze. Uh, yes, and like with the NFTs, and like I'm not really trying to offend anybody or like obscure anybody at the same time, but I believe that NFTs firsthand, like what I'd like to say is that you know it's a asset on that you could put on anything. Like I can say like I'm like I've got a trailer in the yard. I can say, you know what, I'm gonna make this trailer NFT, man. Like I'm gonna make it to where we can somebody could put a bid on it, and then like somebody could already has it can like just sell it for somebody else to buy it and go up and go down or however things work, you know. And like that's what I see with NFTs. And like and secondly, I do want to say this is that I am definitely with NFTs. NFTs is not a scam, but it can be used like that. Like it's like a tool that can really be used for those types of things. But don't get discouraged. I'm not knocking off NFTs. I'm just kind of like speaking on kind of like my opinion a little bit about it. You know what I mean?
It just depends on the use case. So,
Yeah,
my thing with music and NFTs is the fact that you can get back to having some kind of ownership over something. So, like, what we have now with the traditional system is we've got Apple and Spotify and Amazon that are sitting here making this money off of people's memberships, and yet the product that's being presented in a free manner, one, the user doesn't own it. They're basically just renting the music, and just renting it to listen to it. They don't ever own it. Like we used to own CDs, and me, I had a before I lost everything to a hurricane. I had a massive vinyl collection. So I mean, what I see NFTs in the music world is giving licensing rights, stuff like that. Your creators' licenses, royalty free stuff, concert tickets, that kind of stuff. So NFTs can be used for a bunch of different purposes. It doesn't have to be just to tie like a real world asset, or to even be just like a little pixelated monkey. That to me is what I'm calling the Beanie Baby craze. But like what it like at Blocktunes, it it gives the artist ability to be able to put up like really cool album art or something like that along with the song and sell it with royalty free rights and put a nice heavy price on that so that the purchaser can use that music like content creators can use it, people on a website can use it, that kind of thing. you
and
know
grant them rights.
yeah, and what's cool is like with DAOs and stuff that's going on, you can set it to where you can pay out to a DAO, and then the DAO can take over and start using those funds to be like a DeFi farm and that kind of thing. So NFTs can be used for a lot of cool stuff. I'm looking at all kind of ways to use it for other things, not just music. But yeah, like I know there's a couple of sites out there like on Hive that like with the NFT tunes. If you ever messed around with those guys at all?
Oh yes, I've talked to Darren Claxton a good bit. He's gonna be on the Block Party too. Also, the show coming up in Nashville.
Oh, okay. What's that? What talk to us about that?
A Block Party 2, Engine Witty's doing it, and it's gonna be September 10th in Nashville, Tennessee.
Right on.
I have been putting my head to the books on this on a on this concert, and I've made two songs already. I've got like my parts and everything, and then I have a few other songs. I've got like 45 minutes to like do a whole show,
Right
and
on.
and and I know Darren's is gonna be there too, and I've talked to him a good bit about NFT tunes. I definitely support NFT tunes, and I think it's also a great thing compared to like even NFT showroom, because like it's like we have our all music version. And I was always thinking like in having stuff like, man, we don't have like a music NFTs type thing going on too. And I really wanted to do that as well, was do like music NFTs like
Yeah,
you guys do also.
I was gonna
And
ask
then I
if you
was
were gonna
like,
do that with Beatzchain. Plan on doing like an NFT marketplace with that.
I really want to, man. I really do.
Yeah, well, that's
I
cool.
uh I can see a lot of things with NFTs. I really think that you know we need to get past a lot of the hype
Yeah, that's
right
the big
now.
part. It's the hype, and then you got all the
And
people coming in with all the scammers coming in. But
yeah,
when the real use case, because honestly, I mean, what I like about NFTs and what is a good selling point to NFTs is what's different between that and say like an ERC20 token, or having like, a Bitcoin or a Litecoin or something like that sitting in a wallet, is that it gives you some kind of like visual representation. It's like, you know what, you can turn around and say, see that? Yeah, I own that. That's pretty cool. And that pays me every month, and it can be a picture or a video or it can be a song. You can sit there and listen to it. Like you own a CD, get back to where you actually own the content that you're consuming and that kind of thing versus just renting it and never owning anything. You know,
uh,
it gives you that digital ownership, over stuff where, and like I said, that's, and NFTs are breaking the veil. They're breaking the mainstream. It's giving people, like, I don't know if you saw the whole Kevin Smith thing. Like Kevin Smith's putting up a movie, on the Secret Network, and selling fractional ownership of the actual movie rights and that kind of thing as NFTs. And so that's pretty awesome kind of stuff.
yeah,
And that's the kind of thing
and
that I eventually see happening with music. I think it's going to open up a whole new realm of things for artists. I mean, Ice Cube's even jumping in hardcore on NFTs and thinks that they're
oh
going to
man,
be
what
taking
dude?
over the industry.
What celebrity is not doing it?
Yeah, it's funny. Well, like, I've got, on CoinLogic, I've got decrypt.co that feeds into my site, and for like all last week, it was nothing but articles about Ice Cube, and jumping into the NFT game and all this kind of stuff. So yeah, but he's talking about it on, an industry level. Basically all the guys that are in it now, like, and that are running the show. I mean, like, Snoop just bought Death Row Records, basically,
Yeah,
and it's those guys that got screwed over by the record labels so hard throughout their careers and that kind of thing. They're the ones that are running the show now, and they're
yeah, they're the
seeing,
boss.
like how this side of things can change it. So to me, I think it's positive. At least that those two are up in the game. At least I've always had respect for those two, Snoop and Cube. But
Definitely.
so it's good to see that kind of stuff. I'm trying to get a lot, some of the bigger up electronic people in the game. I used to have some connections with a lot of the drum and bass world and stuff, so trying to get some of those guys involved. Um, but it's just, blockchain can be a hard sell. It can be a difficult sell. How do you approach people about blockchain and getting as far as on the music level?
Well, approaching people on the blockchain,
Well, just
it's
like
like
about
you said, it's
blockchain,
not.
like how do you try to, like, spit that sell, kind of thing, because it's a hard
Spit
sell.
sell out with. It's like, man, you know, pretty much how like things have been with like Hive and music towards musicians. Like, I mean, I could clearly say like that, like I've made more money off of this thing called Hive, you know, with crypto, but then it's like then you do that unless you've got like all types of HP to like to like upvote these new people, they're not going to see it the same way until they see the money. I really think that like in a way you got to interest people somehow besides just money, and that's the
Yeah,
hardest part because you know uh like when people think of crypto, it's like people think of win and lose situations, and a lot of people are like you know how can I say this? A lot of people are kind of like muted out when the markets take a turn down and stuff like that, and you know it's kind of like it's like kind of like how it's always been. It's been like a mirror in a show, and some people just kind of take it like it's a scam when it's clearly not. It's just we have a lot of bad faces, but all other types of different, businesses or different types of games and stuff like that has had bad faces. I mean, like it's it's a thing where when I try to like really, try to get people to like get into it, I'm like, man, come check out Hive and stuff like that. And most people really don't do it. Like I've created like 3 Hive accounts already that have never been used except for like maybe like 1 or 2 times. So mostly it's like, I'm getting in the Hive, and what I've actually thought of doing that instead of like just trying to like, push them onto it. It's just like when I work onto like my Beatzchain front end, it's like, make it easier for like anybody to enjoy it than just, people who are more, into prone into like how like things work with like, your personal keys and stuff like that. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
that's kind of like what I've kind of like one of my plots is to try to see if I can make it so easy for like
Sounds like
anyone else
that.
to get into.
Sounds like you're saying the same thing that the last few people I've talked to about, you know, some of the opportunities on Hive, and that's onboarding. So onboarding can be quite difficult to explain to people with
Yeah.
stuff. Yeah, and if you can come up with a cool way to, if you can find some kind of way to make that a simple, easy process, then whoever does that's going to be the one that wins out the biggest. Because I think
Honestly, man, I think
onboarding
I
is our biggest challenge on Hive right now.
I think the coolest way to do it, and like this is easier said and done, is just probably just buy like a $500,000 worth of Hive, and then just onboard people, and upvote them, and they'll and just upvote them every time, and they'll probably get interested in the Hive.
Yeah, well, I mean, it's not even so much about that. I'm just talking about the onboarding process. We need to make it a bit easier. But as far as the income, I even tell people it's like, look, you're going to start off small. The biggest thing is for you to get in and get engaged. I was like, but see, here's the thing is like, I tell people, it's like, this, what you're doing over here on Facebook and on Twitter and on Instagram, you're not getting paid for. The companies are getting paid for it, but you're not.
Yep.
I was like, and how many plays are you getting on Spotify? How many plays are you getting on Apple Music? How much money are you making on that? Well, it's not as much as what you can make over here, even with small little amounts getting started. Because like one post can literally make you more than a month's worth of streams at just a couple of Hive each on the post.
Yep.
Like that takes like 1 or 2 people really hitting, 1 or 2 decent sized people hitting it up, and you can earn a Hive, kind of thing. And that's it may not be much, but it's something to get you started. And I think one thing that we got to teach people is the business side of things, the business side. And that's one thing that I'm wanting to focus on with Blocktunes is to help educate people on that business side. And the fact that it's not just about making music, you do have to know a bit about how to handle your money and that kind of thing. And in our industry, especially in this day and age, it's hard to make money. It's a little oversaturated. Everybody with a computer can make a song and put it out, so it's like, how are you going to make yourself stand out. And I think really kind of putting yourself into a smaller niche community like Hive and stuff like that, and those of us that are really trying to push the blockchain, one, we're starting off in a small community so we can eventually build our names up, and that's how I'm, so it's like not like jumping into YouTube now. It's like jumping into YouTube back in like 2004 or whatever, whenever it got started. That's kind of where we're at right now. And when people kind of get that, is they're like, oh yeah. It's like, yeah, you can come and get high famous. It's like, and start actually making some decent revenue. It can happen. People can make a
Mm-hmm.
living over here. And
It's
then I like to tell people too, it's like then you can turn around and take those tokens and then put them into like a DeFi pool and let that money keep making you money. It's the whole
DeFi
premise
pool is pretty
behind.
cool.
Yeah, it's like the whole premise behind the Blocktunes DAO. It's like when somebody comes and submits a release, like for us to do a release on Blocktunes, they get a whole bunch of stuff for their money. So when they pay their money, for one, if it's just the standard Blocktunes release, all of that money gets invested into the DAO, and they get those tokens back. So we're not actually making money on the on that part, on the upfront part. We'll get some residuals down the line, but that money gets put into a working DAO that's earning yield, and so that is going to get paid out to token holders. So you're going to be getting paid on your song without even a play even happening, or even selling of anything out of it. You're going to be getting paid just for releasing it on our platform, kind of thing,
Yep.
because you're investing in that, in that DAO. Blockchain is opening up a whole new wave of, finance, and it's just trying to teach people. I think the big thing is just that, teaching people a new way to think about earning, and it's not just, one way or another. Because music's got a bunch of different ways that you can earn, and blockchain just adds so many different layers on top of it. It's not even funny. So we're in the very, very beginning stages of everything. So it's cool to see new projects like yours popping up, though. It's like there've been a couple of music sites on Hive that I've seen. The last one that was around for a while was Music for Life, but they've kind of fizzled away. And then I've seen Beatzchain popping up, and the guys in there are actually active and that kind of thing. So I like that, and it's where I'm going to be sharing my beats, and that's where I share a lot of my videos. My music videos and stuff is there on Beatzchain. So that's what I'm saying. I get more
Awesome.
activity there than I have on a lot of the other music communities. So we're going to keep this going. Hopefully, we can keep it building. Um, so yeah,
Definitely.
that's going to be good stuff. Good stuff, man. So yeah, do you have anything that you want to shout out? So that block party was when, in September?
Yep. September 10th.
September
Uh,
10th. So hey, check this out, right? All right, that's my daughter's birthday. But anyway, um, are y'all going to be able to set up for live, like a live stream kind of situation?
I'm sure it'll be aired live. Yeah, definitely,
So
definitely,
how
because I
about
know
we?
it's
So
gonna
how
be
about we talk
broadcast.
to Game State about doing a metaverse mix, like a live event, and then have that event broadcasting to the metaverse through Game State, and Blocktunes can host that, and we can sell the tickets through Blocktunes.
Yeah, like we
NFT
should
tickets.
try to get to see if we can get in talks with them to see if they
That
would
talk can
want to do
happen.
that.
You and I are both in that chat, so that can work. But that's a good idea.
Definitely, man.
Because that's
Yeah,
that's one thing
I
that
can.
we're gonna have to
Do you,
bridge is that
do,
physical and that meta world that we're getting into. Because like it's situations to where sometimes you can't go to a show, and you want to see an artist, but you can interact in so many different ways now. So I think putting that into live events, making that a situation, and pairing up with metaverse projects like Game State is going to be a wave of the future too. So I'm glad we're jumping in on board on these early days. But that could be something that we talk to Engine Witty about and the other guys about as well, because I think that could be huge.
definitely, man.
That's a good idea. September 10th. Okay.
Yep. I'll be. I've really.
I'm marking that down.
I haven't been shooing away from anything. I've just getting into these few songs and getting back to music's been taking a little extra time off of me too. So it's like, oh man, I got to get back to Beatzchain. I got to get back to this. I got to get back to that. But I'm doing the best I can. I think like I've kind of got to like literally like seeing like, man, how to fit everything in my schedule, man. I have just enough time to probably get some rest, wake up and stay on my feet all day again, you know.
It's that
You know what
hustle,
I mean?
man.
Yeah, man.
It's what it is. Hey, I'm doing this thing from time I open my eyes from the time I close them. So I get you, man. There's a lot going on. It's all in how you manage your time. If you got a full time job and then you're doing this as well, that's that can get tricky. That can wear you down, and you
Well,
know,
it's like this, man. A full time job. You have a full time job, wife and kids,
oh
and you got
yeah.
like all that stuff going on, man. I think it's a different story. I don't think it would be much existence,
Hey
to be
man,
honest.
I did the wife and kids full time job, and I was DJing. at nights and that kind of thing. Oh man.
That kept you going, huh? You didn't have a
Uh,
chance to
so
sleep.
between that and a lot of substances kept me going. That was for sure. But that wasn't mixing well with the whole family life, you know. So, but like this is I learned a lot of lessons over time, and what's cool is that your kids, if you got something that you're passionate about and you believe in, and if you got kids, they're looking up to you, man, and they want to see their dad being happy and doing what he wants to do and is striving to live the life that he wants to live. And then, hey, if it takes hustling and grinding to get where you want to get, then that's where you got to get. Down the road, if you're
Man,
chilling with them and younger age, hopefully, we're all hoping for young retirement here. We say, Dad, you did it right because you did it your way. You did what you wanted to do, and that's gonna be an inspiration on your kids. That's what I try to show to my kids. I'm living a alternative lifestyle, that is for sure. But they respect me because I'm happy with what I'm doing, and I'm doing, and I'm putting stuff out there in the world. So
man, you're doing you, man.
that's
And
what that's what we all gotta do. We all gotta leave that legacy. Your legacy could be Beatzchain, man. So build it up. We're here to help you out with that. So anything that we can do here at CoinLogic and Blocktunes, you just let us know with that. We'll keep trying to push out the name. We'll be showing off the Blocktunes interface, kind of giving the people an idea of what they can do to get started. Um, you know, we'll do that for you guys as well. So yeah, we need to
definitely,
we need
please.
to be checking that out though with Game State. I think that'd be fun times. So
Yeah, in fact, I was just on that little private chat that he pulled us in too. I was on there. I was going to respond to something. I think uh, are is there still people in there? There should be.
yeah,
There
yeah,
should be.
no, that's just it's an open communication for us and the developers and stuff like that. So yeah,
We're gonna we're gonna
but
have to
yeah,
talk to him about
yeah,
that,
we'll
man. At
talk
least
to them
give him a
about
shot.
that.
I can't promise you on that because I don't know what Engine Witty's gonna think about, and that's not our call on that. But man, let's give it a shot, man. Let's
Well, yeah, we need to
see what they
get Engine Witty in touch, and we'll talk about the details and see what we can do about that. I just think it'd be a cool mix to bring that kind of thing like a live event into the metaverse. Be a cool way to
y'all thinking about
introduce some
like
stuff.
have like a screen and stuff like that.
Yeah, so basically,
Maybe we can show. Yeah,
it would just like y'all would have like a camera set up on stages or whatever, and then we would broadcast that in through the metaverse. So it'd be a live show that people not
dude.
only
You know
locally
what
there
would
in
be
Nashville
so
can
cool?
come and attend, but people out there across the globe, different Hivians and different blockchain fanatics across the globe can come and attend.
That'll be so cool. You know what'll be so cool? And I think I really believe the metaverse is gonna get this good because you know how like Google Maps is, like if you can click on the on the street, you can see how it really is.
Yeah,
Like say that we really had those types of cameras, man, and we could like program it like into the metaverse somehow. And like it can be like one of them like how like the Google's got like the cameras that kind of like can be like first person type of video. That would be cool. Now
yeah,
that now that would definitely take because like say like we're doing the block party. You can be like kind of like you're in the block party. You know what I mean?
yeah. That'd be fun. That'd be cool. Eventually, it'll probably get to that point down the road.
Yeah. Probably not now.
Matter of
It's
time.
gonna
Hey, I just need one of these metaverse platforms to launch and be, solid. I guess Sand, but I don't like Ethereum because I don't like paying gas fees like that. But I'm really looking forward to seeing, because I've seen kind of, preview of Game State, so I'm really looking forward to what they got coming and working with them, so we can all tie it in together, cross chain and everything between Hive and Beatzchain over to Binance Smart Chain over to Polygon with Game State. We're covering the metaverse, we're covering the blockverse here with some tunes, man. That's really what we need to do. But yeah, we need to get together and get some stuff going, man. I appreciate you coming on today and having this chat.
definitely, man.
You
I
know,
I appreciate you having me on.
No problem. Well, you have a great rest of your day along with everybody out there listening. Be cool, be real, always abide.